Welcome to Quick Cooking Tips, sponsored by the White County Public Library and Floyd's Cash Saver Foods, conveniently located on Bachman Way here in Sparta, Tennessee. I'm Kathy, and today I'm going to be making lemon blueberry bread. Our ingredients for our lemon blueberry bread are pretty simple. It's mostly stuff that you'll have in your cabinets already. I have flour, I have sour cream, vanilla, olive oil, eggs, sugar, lemons, blueberries, some extra lemon juice. This is the only thing I had to specially buy. It's sugar in the raw. The recipe called for what's called turbinado sugar. I had never encountered that before. It means just the coarse grain sugar. And if you need some, I've got 94 packs left. This recipe takes 2. Come see me. I'll hook you up. We're going to start out by putting a cup of sugar into our bowl, and you can zest your lemons if your family likes lemon zest. My family's kind of about lemon zest, so I put a little lemon juice in there too. Now, I've freshly washed my hands. You're going to get in there and just kind of mix this up. What you're wanting to do is get that zest in with the sugar to get those oils released. And when you start smelling it, you'll know that it's getting to where it needs to be. And there it is. Okay, now I can start smelling that lemon. I love the combination of lemon and blueberries together. It's one of my favorite summer things to have. Next, we're going to add our olive oil. This is half a cup of olive oil. You notice I got the extra light tasting. I don't really like the taste of olive oil, but it is very good for recipes. So I'm just going to pour that into my bowl. And then I'm also going to add vanilla. I'm sure that you're supposed to measure this, but you know how much vanilla to add, probably, about like that. You don't want to go overboard on the vanilla on this because you don't want to overpower your lemon. I'm going to take my whisk and I'm going to stir that together. There we go. It's going to be a little pasty at this point, but next we're going to add our eggs one at a time. First egg in, drop that in, and we're going to stir that on in. There we go. Now we're getting it more liquidy. This will be a thick batter because this is a bread, not a cake, so don't be alarmed when it's pretty thick. Second egg going in. There we go. Notice I'm not a one-handed egg cracker. I'm barely an egg cracker at all. My family laughs so hard when I'm on these cooking shows because they know that I'm not the cook at all in our family. All right, my eggs are in. Next is my sour cream. If you don't have sour cream, you can use yogurt, plain yogurt. I'm putting in a half cup of sour cream. Don't use the vanilla yogurt or the flavored yogurt of any kind because, again, it will overpower these flavors. And you know how light the lemon and blueberry tastes are. You really want those to shine through. Okay, again, I'm going to stir that in. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. You can smell the lemons still, which is wonderful. I love lemons. All right, next up, we're going to add some lemon juice. You can either squeeze your fresh lemons in here. I've already used this lemon for the zest, but of course it's still good to squeeze it in here. Watch for your seeds when you do. There's a seed right there. I'm going to pull that out. Squeeze that on in. Or, of course, you can use the regular lemon juice, whichever one you want. Squeeze that one. Let it drip. I have been told that you can put your lemons in the microwave and it makes them a little easier to squeeze. But this one squeezed really well, so maybe I mashed it pretty good before we got going here. There, stir that in real good. Next, we're going to put in our flour. This is 1.5 cups of flour going in. I use self-rising. If you don't use self-rising, you'll need to add your salt and soda separately, of course. Totally up to you. Some of you bakers are probably cringing at the thought that I use self-rising flour, but I'm not very good at this, as you can tell. Just kind of make a big mess. That's what I'm going to do. Obviously, I needed a bigger bowl. Get that in. On this, we're just going until it's kind of incorporated into the mixture. We don't want to really beat this hard because this is a bread mixture. So there we go. Just get all the ingredients wet. It will be lumpy, and that's perfectly fine. There we go. That's about the consistency we should see. Next up is our blueberries, which are the real star of this show. We take our blueberries and we're adding in 1 cup to this mixture. Now, these blueberries have been washed. I've already taken care of that off camera. But when blueberries are in season like this, it's hard not just to stand here and eat them all instead of putting them in the mix. But, oh, they're so good. Oh, wow. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay. Now that we've got our blueberries in here, we're just going to lightly fold those in. You know, like you fold the cheese. Some of you will know that reference. Fold those in. This is what your batter should roughly look like. I'm going to push that flour off the edge where it doesn't fall in when I go to incorporate it. And here we have it, and it's ready to go in our pan. Now, this is a loaf pan. Y'all can make fun of my loaf pan if you want to in the comments. It's probably older than I am. I am lining it with parchment paper because I'm not good at not making things stick. We're going to pour our batter into our pan right here. Just scrape down those sides and get all that batter in that we can. It will push the parchment into shape right there. That'll be great. And now those extra blueberries, you don't want those to go to waste. So we're just going to take those and put those along the top. Some of them will sink in and some of them will stay. If you want them to stay suspended, chill your batter before you put your blueberries in. I don't mind if they sink or not. Now we're going to add our raw sugar. This just goes across the top. And I was kind of skeptical about this part, but it really does add a lot to the recipe. So make sure you do not skip this step. Okay, I'm putting 2 packets. You can put more if you like. Now this is going to go in the oven at 350 for 1 hour, and we'll be back through the magic of television in just a moment. Now we're back with a finished product. You saw it in the loaf pan earlier. You need to leave it in that loaf pan for about 5 minutes to let it cool down. Then just lift out that parchment paper, let it sit on the counter for another 10 or 15 minutes just to give it time to set up real good. This is your finished product. This is a slice of the bread. You'll notice those blueberries are in it throughout. Lots of lemon. I also stirred up just a little glaze, just some powdered sugar and lemon juice, nothing fancy. That's all that's in it. Optional, totally optional. If you like it a little sweeter, put this on. If not, you want to let those blueberries shine instead, do it without. And our taster today is Michael Hale. And here he comes. Here's your fork. Oh, do you want glaze or?
Of course.
Of course.
So just
whichever, however you want to do. There you go. Oh, as he goes in with his hands instead of the fork. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I worry every time. Y'all know my cooking skills are not exactly
That's
world renowned. It's a very easy summer recipe to use those blueberries, lemons, and all those other fresh ingredients you've got. Thanks for watching, and we hope that you'll go see our sponsors, Floyd's Cash Savers. Get some of those blueberries while they're still fresh. They are amazing this year. Thanks so much for watching.